Okay, so on this segment we're going to be talking about rabbit showmanship. This here is Star. He is a 2.5-year-old Dutch buck, and he is going to be our example bunny for today. Alright, so the first thing you're going to do when you start with showmanship is you're going to start by posing your rabbit. Now Star isn't a show bunny, as you can obviously tell, but a Dutch is supposed to pose pretty far down on the ground with both his ears standing up, maybe, like that, and his head down on the ground. So in order to do showmanship, you're going to have to figure out what your rabbit's pose is supposed to be. And if your rabbit is a mixed breed or something along those lines, you can basically pose them however you want. Okay, so the first thing you're going to start with is the ears. Now, if your rabbit has a tattoo, which Star does not, you're going to point that out to the judge first. And you're going to feel along the ear to make sure that there's no rips or tears in the ear and no pieces distracting from the overall appearance. Then you're going to check inside the ear for parasites like mites. And you're also going to be making sure that it isn't dirty in there and there's no waxy buildup or anything like that. Then you're going to go to their face and you're going to look at their eyes and make sure that there's no sign of moon blindness, cataracts, or any teariness or discharge from the eye. And you're also going to make sure that they're both the same color. Then you're going to check the nose. And you're going to make sure that there's no signs of discharge coming from the nose and that it's clear and pretty dry. Okay, so the next thing you're going to be doing is you're going to have to flip over your rabbit. Star isn't quite used to this yet, so we'll see how well he puts up with this. And then you're going to check their teeth. You're going to pull back their lips. And you're going to look inside their mouth and make sure that the teeth are proper length, that there's no signs of wolf teeth or malocclusion, to make sure that they line up properly, there's none that are chipped or broken, and they aren't missing any pieces. And the next thing you're going to do is check along the jaw and then along his neck to make sure that there's no abscesses. Abscesses generally form back here because of infection in the back teeth. Okay, the next thing you're going to check is their front legs to make sure that they're straight, they're not broken, that everything's normal there. The insides of their front feet to make sure that the hair is not matted. Since when rabbits clean themselves, a good sign that they have a sign of sickness is that the hair is matted from grooming. And you're going to push on their front paw, like right in the middle of the pad, to make sure that the claws curl over your finger. And this is to make sure that the toes aren't broken. You're also going to check all the nails to make sure that they're properly trimmed and to make sure that they are all there, to make sure that they are all the same color. Then you're going to check the back feet and do the same here. You're going to check to make sure they're all the same color. They're all there. They're all curling around your finger like healthy toes should. And you're going to check the back legs to make sure they're straight as well. And you're going to be checking for signs of sore hawk or pressure sores, and making sure that they're straight and proper and they're not cowhawked. Then you're going to check the belly area to make sure that there's no abnormal lumps or bumps there, and to make sure everything's just feeling normal. Then you're going to check and sex your rabbit. As you can tell, Star is a buck, but he is a neutered buck, so you're going to have to point that out. When you're sexing rabbits for females, you generally check for STDs and vent disease and all that sort of fun stuff. And for males, you check to make sure that they don't have a split penis, that there's no STDs. If your rabbit is unaltered, to make sure that both his testicles have descended, to make sure that there's no abnormal abscesses or anything in their testicles. You're also going to check their tail to make sure it's all clean and proper. Alright, then you're going to put your rabbit back on his feet. Now, technically he shouldn't have a harness on for this, but you're going to want to feel along their body and make sure that there's no abnormal lumps or bumps, nothing like cysts or abscesses or anything like that. You're going to want to check to make sure his tail's straight, because you don't want wry tail, which would make their tail crooked. You're also going to want to run your hand along their coat to make sure it's good and healthy, and as you can see, he's molting right now, so his coat doesn't quite look proper. But depending on the breed of your rabbit may have rollback, which is when you roll their hair up like this and it automatically just lays back down, which Star doesn't have. You're also going to want to check the undercoat to make sure it's a proper color. So you can see with him, it's a lighter gray color underneath the black. And you're also just going to be checking for any signs of parasites, any skin conditions, anything that's abnormal in your rabbit. And then the last thing you're going to do is pose your rabbit again, which Star has already done already. So that's good.